It was just an ordinary evening. Warm, quiet, too quiet. The kind of silence that makes you feel safe. Safe enough to do something dangerous. My husband was away, deployed for weeks in the field. A soldier, always fighting for the nation, always distant. And me? Left behind in the silence of this big house, day after day, night after night. And so boring. But silence can be seductive. It whispers things to your heart, to your body, things you never thought you'd feel again. And that's when he came in. Not my husband. Not the man in uniform. But the man who stood at our gate, every morning, every night. Loyal. Quiet. Strong. Watching me. Wanting me. My gatekeeper. At first, it was just glances. Then the long looks. The accidental touches when I brought him coffee. Then one evening, he asked, "Are you lonely, ma'am?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. He saw it in my eyes. That night, I invited him in. Not through the gate, but through the door. Not into the kitchen, but into the bedroom. My bedroom. Where I once laid with my beloved husband. Where I whispered promises to a man now gone to war. And now, I broke them. We were together, skin to skin, desire drowning every thought. For a moment, I felt alive again. He touched me the way I hadn't been touched in years. He made me feel wanted, seen. Not as a soldier's wife. But as a woman. But just as the moment reached its height, the door creaked. Not the bedroom door. The front door. Followed by the heaviest sound I've ever heard in my life. Combat boots on wooden floor. Boom. 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 My heart stopped. The gatekeeper froze. And standing at the doorway was my husband. He wasn't supposed to be home. He wasn't even supposed to be in the city. But there he was. Dust on his boots. Sweat on his brow. And betrayal in his eyes. His face didn't show rage. No, that would have been easier. What I saw was worse. Silence. Cold. Piercing silence. He looked at me. Then at the man beside me. Then back at me again. No words. No anger. Just devastation. He dropped his backpack. Not roughly. Gently. Like placing a fragile truth on the floor. He didn't yell. He didn't scream. He walked into the room. Picked up a photo of our wedding from the nightstand. Then, calmly, he asked, "How long?" I tried to speak, but my voice was gone. Tears came instead. The gatekeeper tried to get dressed, mumbling apologies. But my husband raised one hand. "Don't." He said it so softly, it made me shiver. Studio microphone, scene 6, a quiet storm. "I crossed enemy lines to get here faster," he whispered. "Because I missed you. Because I needed to see you. I wanted to surprise you. But I guess I'm the one who got surprised." Still no shouting. Still no violence. Just pain, dripping from every word like blood from a wound. The gatekeeper tried to leave. "Stay," my husband said. "And listen. Because this story isn't just hers, it's both of yours now. You know what it's like," he said, "to be in the mud. To hear bullets fly. And all that keeps you alive is the thought of home." He turned to me. "You were my reason to come back. Every night I thought of your voice. Of this room. Of your skin. And this is what I find." He wasn't crying. Not yet. But I was. Then, something I didn't expect. He reached into his jacket, and pulled out a letter. He handed it to me. I opened it with shaking hands. It was divorce papers. Signed. Prepared. Dated 2 weeks ago. You didn't cheat first, he said. I did. Months ago. Out there in the war zone. With a medic. I thought I could forget it. But I couldn't. So I asked for transfer. To come home. To make it right. I couldn't breathe. But now. He said. Now, it's balanced. You hurt me, like I hurt you. So maybe now we can end this, fairly. The gatekeeper stood frozen, looking between us. My heart collapsed. How did we get here? Two people once in love. Now strangers, sharing a battlefield of broken promises. I begged. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. But he just shook his head. No more words. Only choices. He walked out. This time, for good. And the gatekeeper. He didn't stay either. He left quietly, and never came back. Now, the house is quiet again. But not the same kind of quiet. A heavier one. A silence that doesn't comfort, but reminds. Of loss. Of betrayal. Of a war, fought not on foreign soil, but in a marriage. I lost them both that night. The man I loved. And the man I used. Because in the moment I tried to feel alive. I killed something I thought would never die. Love. Do you believe a marriage can survive betrayal? Do you think two wrongs can ever make a right? Let me know in the comments. Because this is just one side of the story. And every secret has another version, waiting to be told. This is my true part 1 life story. To listen part 2, subscribe and be part of this channel. Thank you. See you next.